Sophomores are typically the most vulnerable class that you'll have on campus at any given time. They've moved out of that freshman year where they get a lot of love and a lot of attention and they're all living together in the dorms to what becomes a much more individual and independent lifestyle that begins to kick in at the sophomore level. In addition, they're not in their major coursework yet. They're typically working on university requirements. So sometimes sophomores have a really difficult time trying to understand and appreciate why they're being asked to do what they're being asked to do in terms of completing those requirements. So it is one of those years where students are more vulnerable than they are once they've sort of moved successfully into their major and completed their freshman year. So this was the inaugural year, and so in this very first year we basically had both large group sessions and smaller workshop sessions. Some people like the anonymity of large groups. Some people like the closeness when you're in a small group. So this year we basically took those smaller events and organized them around three major areas. One is the notion of making choices, and whether that would be making choices about major, making choices about whether to study abroad, making choices about study habits and how you build your life so that you are able to accomplish what you need to. Then there was another area that was about making decisions. That was more of a self-assessment look. So what are my skills? What are my values? What are my interests? How do those fit together in a plan that I might be able to take both in choice of a major as well as choice of a career? And the last one is building success. And the building success workshops were more around, creating a resume, creating a cover letter, being able to maximize your study habits. I will tell you, we're now working with a very broad constituency on campus who are now making up a whole sophomore experience work group. And I know that the program is in for some really exciting changes next year, a lot more buy-in and ownership beyond what were the original players in the sophomore experience, which was the university housing and the career center. All of the large group activities we brand around the sophomore experience, but any student is welcome to attend. So we did a very large dependable strengths training for probably about 150, 160 students this year. The majority of them were sophomores, but we also had juniors, we had seniors, and we even had some freshmen that showed up. So, we build these opportunities with sophomores in mind, but that's not to say that juniors aren't struggling with some of these issues, or even seniors struggling with even some of that self-awareness that we think is so important to get a student in touch with much earlier in their academic career.